Hello guys, Fourfinger here, and I wanted to wish everyone a happy new year. Hopefully everybody had fun. I got home yesterday, but I was so tired, I think I slept for 12 hours straight, and wanted to give my final opinion when it comes to the Flameblast build. Now in the background you can see a max difficulty breach. I start with no stacks as usual. It starts off slow till you get like maybe 13 to 15 stacks, and then same like in maps, you just go in, you kill a few mobs and then detonate. That just takes care of everything else. It's just full perma exploding. Now, when you get to the boss damage is honestly just a little bit lower than my monk, which is kind of surprising. I did not want to abuse anything on the monk when it comes to Bell. You could proc it a lot, like with Ball Lightning or Eye of Winter and stuff like that, but I know that's gonna be patched, so I make a guy that I'm gonna have to like replace in maybe 1 week. I'm not sure when GG is back in the office, but hopefully soon. This is the boss damage, as you can see in the background. You reach the boss around 120 stacks in the breach, which is more than enough. And it died relatively fast, and to be honest, for the Flameblast build, it did better than I expected at the end. Like, when I just started this, I was like, yeah, Flameblast definitely needs a buff. So, in this state of the Flameblast doing this well, I'm more than happy with the build. When it comes to like survivability, even if you get like hit few times, you're not gonna die on this boss if you have like decent amount of ES. As you can see, I probably get hit a few times in the fight. It just doesn't do much damage to me, so you're kind of super safe on fights like this. Only thing that's like really dangerous is like the Arbiter fight, and I'm gonna explain why in a second. And yeah, this is pretty much hardest difficulty hashed. When it comes to Arbiter, I highly suggest to start him with more stacks and try to avoid the wind phase. I tried killing him with like 30 stacks just to make a video for it, but honestly, the thing is, if he does the wind phase before I face him, my PC lags out a bit, and honestly, even if it didn't, it would be hard, because when he makes those fins appear like here and here, and if I didn't see it immediately, and I dash, sometimes I overdash, and one mistake, you're dead. Like, even with 9k ES, 84, I even try with 95 res, it will one-shot you, so not really great when it comes to that. You can like dodge roll and just insta move back, but you have to have great reflexes and really decent PC, which I do not have at the moment. So that's the only like content I didn't really enjoy unless I cheesed it. And what I mean by cheesing is like you walk to the boss, like don't activate him, wait till you have like 140 plus stacks, and then you start the fight. It is a little bit cheesy, but that's the only one fight you have to do it on, so, you know, for the Flameblast build, once again, I am really happy. Gear-wise, I don't think I've changed anything. I did add a few stuff to the skill tree, and I tried pen instead of the exposure plus flammability, just to do one button less, but honestly it's the same. I don't think this needs covering, but I just did here fire pen on this side of the tree, I did it here, and then got 2 joules with fire pen instead, because I thought if I don't have to use the solar orb for exposure and then don't have to press flammability, I can do more damage solar orb and having one button less, but honestly it kind of feels maybe worse, because with the pen, boss is like hashed, they have 75 all LA pens, I mean all LA resistances, so 75 fire, cold and lightning. If you go full pen, you're just gonna get it to 0, you cannot get it under it. If you go with fire exposure plus flammability, I get like around 80% of the exposure increases onto the tree and the skill gem, and then you get like 38 from that. From the flammability you have 33 plus 25% of that, which is approximately something around 40ish, so you can reach probably around 75 to maybe 90 negative res depending on how much you level the flammability, because you have stuff like here on the tree -5 to 5 res, and then if you combine that with the exposure, with the stripe away and the overexposure and all the other stuff, you can get like 10% more damage instead of just getting it to 0. But it's really not needed. One more thing I added here is from nothing. This is a unique jewel. You can pretty much use it either on the unwavering stance, or you can do it on bulwark, I don't know how to pronounce this, probably bulwark, but yeah. And then you can pick the life region ones, and then you can get Hail Heart for the life recovery rate, which just scales your region even more. So this is really decent to have, especially in the lower budget, because I think both of those went around 3-4 divines, which is approximately price of one of those jewels. Like, one of those jewels is probably at least 3 divines, maybe 4. So getting this one instead, you can get like value of almost 3-4 jewels by investing 5 points into this. So maybe a little bit more beginner friendly for now, but more people that buy it, the higher the price. So cannot guarantee it in the long run. This build got way more expensive over time. I think I spent over 60 divines when I finished the build with 6 links and everything. I think now I need like 120. Not gonna lie, you probably need 120 to make this work. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, Generally, I don't think you should change the skill setup. Only thing, like we said before, if you're struggling on the maps and dying to chain stance, get Barrier of Invocation instead of cast on Ignite, and then socket like Comet inside of it. Every time you get surrounded by the mobs, gonna proc the Comet, gonna insta-kill them, you're not gonna die in the maps, ever. I don't think I died once in the maps without it because I was scaling ES a lot, but if you have lower ES and stuff like that, Barrier Invocation will make you super safe. When it comes to cast and Ignite, you can run both of them. You just would have to get either like really high Spirit Necklace or maybe Helmet Corruption, or you can even try getting the, what's called, the Jewel. I just forgot the name. I think Darkness, Against the Darkness or something like that. Yeah, it is Jewel, and it has a chance to have Spirit on it, but it's really expensive. I think it's at least like 10 Divines. You can find it like cheaper for like minimum Spirit rolls, but then you will still need the necklace and all of that stuff. You could socket it somewhere around here. I guess for our build it would be really good here because we have a lot of notables around this area. So that's definitely something you can try. But the build is already doing more than what I expected. Investing more into it just would make it go a little bit faster, which I don't really want to like minimax too much because I think I just want to try something else now. Early access is the place where you want to test builds out, and that's pretty much it. If you guys do have any extra questions, I did try Mink Heart, like trying Ingenuity plus 2 of those. If I get my HP either to 150, 105, I mean, I can get it to 1. If I get like 227 ones, I got my HP to 1, so you cannot enter demon form. I tried like 220 rings, 227, and it doesn't matter how much HP I have. If it's 100, 150 or 50, I always drop it at 160 stacks for some reason. Even though life regen is 3 times amount of the life itself, for some reason it won't allow me to go over 160. But if I only run one Mink's Heart and Ingenuity belt, it works fine. I even tried buying the belt which only has like round numbers to get the region to be round number, to that was bugging it, but there's just something not working with 2 of those and the Ingenuity. So yeah, and even if you did go to that route because your HP would be really low, you would need like Poison Immunity Charm, otherwise you would die to like Poison, and there's some degen specific boss mechanics that could kill you, so just stay around 200, you'll be more than fine. Like I said, I have 220 region, that's 204 stacks. Everything over is kind of an overkill, unless you're doing some really long map, so you have to like do it twice. And yeah, that's overall mostly it when it comes to the Flameblast. I wouldn't suggest this like for new players and for people that didn't really try the other builds, because this is more like if you're bored of meta stuff, if you're tired of looking at Spark 24/7, this is more interesting to play around. And the explosions are so satisfying. When it comes to mapping, this feels way better than the Monk with the Herald to me, because this playstyle of dashing with the Demon form moving quicker than the Monk, it just feels kind of more like satisfying. So yeah, guys, if you have any extra questions, let me know, but for now I'm just gonna like move on to the next build and make more useful information when it comes to how you can buy stuff, how you can get those jewels, and how to search for them, and that's it. Yeah, if you guys can like, subscribe, and comment, that helps out a lot. I'm gonna be posting a lot more now, especially when the new PC is here. Gonna try to make this a full-time thing, so all the support comes a long way, and I'll try to be like answering all the questions that you guys have. So happy new year once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.